Hello everyone. This is actually recorded after the events of what you're about to see in episode 4. But I was thinking on everything, and I'm just going to spitball some ideas to you here. So as I'm looking it over, life in the Kebos is gonna kind of suck. And frankly, that comes with the territory of region locked accounts. There's a lot of things you have to do to kind of get to where you want to be. But when I'm looking at the end game, my original plan was to do a Chambers of Xeric raid, right? My best gear for that is going to be like Mystics for magic, Full Rune for melee, and maybe Black D Hide if I'm lucky for range, but with a U short bow. I'm going to have to be carried through that, right? Like, there's no achievement in me completing the Chambers besides of getting a kill count for being there. So I've been looking forward ahead into the account and seeing how we can change up the grind, how we can possibly do things differently. And the way it's looking for me to actually enjoy this series and for me to create content that I think y'all would enjoy is I think I would have to change the account type. Essentially, I guess that's not the word I'm looking for. So the way this account started is a region locked account in the Kebos area. I don't want the premise of that to change at the start. So what I'm kind of proposing, what I'm pretty certain I'm going to do is, so we actually have access to a few achievement diaries, not like completing them, but we can do the Kebos steps, right? So for the easy diary, while we're in the Kebos area, we can mine some iron at Mount Caron, which I've already done, but I can do again. And then fish a trout from River Mulch, which requires us to get the barbarian fishing rod from aerial fishing. So that, along with maybe a couple more tasks that I put on the list, that will unlock an area in Zaya. Now, I know that completely defeats the purpose of being a Kebos locked account, and I keep justifying it myself as being like, oh, well, you're just restoring balance to the Kebos area, which could be a fun theme, but I mean, realistically, if it takes a rebranding like this to enjoy making a series like this, I think this is going to be the best step that I take for this account. I would still love to hear y'all's thoughts on this. I'm going to go a little bit further in depth in a second, but ultimately, I think regardless, I'm going to do this. But I also want to know if y'all think it's worth restarting for, reworking all the restrictions, reworking all the exceptions, and starting over the account, or if I should just continue like I plan on doing, because it seems I can continue just fine with what exceptions I've given myself and where I'm at with the account. So I don't know. But yeah, so like I was saying, like the easy diaries I can complete, plus maybe a couple tasks, because there's only 2 easy diaries I can complete currently. So I'll add some tasks in there as well. That would unlock like the Hosidius house, or even less, maybe just like farming at Hosidius, getting some favor and access to maybe the woodcutting guild. But that, that's all up in the air. Like this is me just spitballing here. But once I unlock that Hosidius house, or at least the area, then I would have additional diaries to complete, because now I can do the diaries in the Hosidius house. So that adds more. On top of the easy ones I need to do, I now have to complete everything through to medium that I can complete without having to leave the areas that I'm in. So, and then once I do that, I unlock another house, do the hard task and diaries, and then unlock another house. And then once I do Elite, I have access to Zaya. So that's kind of what I'm aiming for right now. Again, I would love to hear everyone's opinions. I will have more information on episode 5 for my proposed plans. I just figured I'd go ahead and get this out here so I can hear it as soon as possible, so that way I'm not recording 6, 7, 8 episodes in and then I'm zooming through random houses. I want everyone to be along for the journey. And I feel like this would be more interesting to watch. So let me know what you think, and enjoy episode 4. Welcome back to the Kebos only Ironman. Where we left off, we were fishing and cooking for some total levels, and as you can see here, we ended up getting 39 fishing and 40 cooking from all that bait. So we are officially out, but we did get a clue bottle, a beginner clue bottle. We'll just go ahead and start by seeing if we can even do this. I'm not going to do any clues if there's no steps in the Kebos, so let's just see. So while I was fishing, I was trying to contemplate exactly what I wanted to go ahead and lamp. I mentioned crafting and construction. However, crafting we can technically do without a glass blowing pipe. I made that as an exception in my last video, or actually episode 2. I mentioned that I could go get a glass blowing pipe to train crafting, but I actually don't need the pipe to make or get XP for crafting. I can make the molten glass for 20 XP per glass. It's going to take quite a while because getting buckets of sand is going to be a pain, but we could still get to around, I think it's 14 crafting for the Zerikian fabric. Yeah, so it won't be too bad. We'll just do that. We'll scratch off an exception. We'll try to scratch off as many exceptions as we can. So that's probably how I'm going to do that. And if you're running for needle and thread, upstairs in this house there's actually a needle and thread spawn, so I can just use that, and that should help me train crafting from here on out. That still leaves construction, and the other skill I was thinking after that, after I kind of got rid of crafting, was thieving. There's really no use for thieving for a long time though. There's the chest over in the Lizardman area. I think it's like 60 something thieving, and there's like no men to thieve. There's really the only thing I can reasonably think of is thieving the master farmer, which I don't remember what level you need, but that's a pain as well. he hits a lot, and realistically, other than the seeds I would be getting, it wouldn't really be worth it to get my thieving up off him. And even more so, it's going to take 45 farming to get to him, so that's going to be quite a while as well. So I should have plenty of time to either figure out a way for thieving or decide if I want to lamp thieving. But for now, I think I'm going to go ahead and lamp construction. That'll get us access to getting ahead. I think literally everything, every item can be found in the Kebos region that you need for that quest, so that would be good. And then, like I said, we'll have access to that tanner, and we can use that as well. Oh, I can't lamp construction. Really? Oh, I totally forgot you have to own a house for that. Well, either that's a new exception or we skip it. So I think I'm gonna leave it up to you all again. I mean, I've already kind of gotten that in the past where everyone kind of agreed that construction was fine, and that was to get like level 40 something. Like, but do you think it's okay to just buy a house? I think it's like what, 1k 5k, so that we can actually lamp it. We won't actually go to the house or anything, just have to find an estate agent. That's the exception there. But yeah, didn't really think that one through, but we'll hold on to this lamp. I don't mind having an extra inventory slot filled up. I play an Ultimate Ironman, so I know all about that. But for like, that's the only skill I can think of that's really worth lamping, considering getting ahead has just that great reward of a tanner. So in any case, what I wanted to go ahead and do then is I want to go ahead and just kind of chop some trees, get some fletching levels. Actually need to grab a knife from in here, so that way, yeah, I just want to be able to get some arrow shafts from oak trees, and like I said, just have the total levels. And also I'll get to talk about a couple things here. So another big exception I actually unfortunately left out was Slayer through Konar. I did pull it, and we did kind of come to the agreement that Slayer through Konar is fine no matter where it is, so that Slayer training is possible. The idea that, you know, in the Kebos, you know, you're taking care of the Kebos scheme balance, whatever, however you want to justify it here. But yeah, we'll do Slayer through Konar. We just can't pick up any drops outside of the Kebos besides the Brimstone keys. If it's in the Kebos though, it will be fair game, and I can pick up all the drops. But yeah, so Slayer is a thing that we'll be able to do once we are 75 combat.
I'm actually pretty excited to get that, but I want to kind of take my time and just kind of pace myself here, get some scaling done, and we'll focus on that a little bit later. 23 woodcutting is the one thing I forgot to mention, and total level 450, so that's cool to see. Once I ran out of bait, I needed to kind of figure out a way to get 43 fishing, and I actually have two pretty whatever methods. I don't want to say consistent because they're probably not, but in any case, I do have two methods I can do to get 43 fishing. Now the first one is actually that rock crabs drop fishing bait. They'll drop the fishing bait, and I can use that to finish up 43 fishing. No big deal. The second one is Chambers of Zarek. I did mention that one as well. You can actually fish in there. However, I think you have to kill the scavenger beasts or whatever they're called. And I don't remember having a very great time doing that. So we'll have to go ahead and test both out. I think in the long run, the rock crabs is probably going to be a little bit quicker, but it's not like a great drop table or anything like that. So we'll take a look, and we'll go from there.
I had another moment of I thought I wasn't recording, but I really was, and that time I was actually recording for a full 42 minutes without really recognizing it. I didn't really plan on recording anything up until I finished working. I was just going to chill here at these trees and fletch and stuff, but I did get this bird's nest, which gave me an acorn, which should hopefully help in the future. Hey there, just kind of checking back in. I just got a second bird's nest. I'm still hard at work, so I'm going to be here for quite a while, another couple hours at best, but I did want to go ahead and open up this bird's nest, see if we get lucky. Pineapple seed. When can we grow fruit trees? So that's woodcutting, not farming. 51. Well, we're a little ways off of that, but it's still nice to get all the bird's nest and the seeds out of the way. As for stats, we're looking at 36 woodcutting and 25 fletching. So while I'm chopping down trees and working, and in between times that I have to take calls, I've been watching the Kebos Ironman series by Wizard RS, and he makes a really good point in this first episode about getting the glass blowing pipe, and that is the vials. You actually need to make vials to make potions, and outside of getting them randomly from random events or maybe some monster drops, vials are going to be pretty inconsistent. So I think I'm going to stick with getting that glass blowing pipe, even if it's only just to make vials, but I'm going to kind of weigh that up and see how I feel about it later. Alright, this is absolutely for sure the last video, or last clip I should say, of me before I finish work to go do something else. But I got a quiz random and I could choose 1,000 coins, but the mystery box is a mystery box. It could be anything. It could even be a box. So I already have the mithril semi from this, so ultimately I think the things I'm looking for are stuff like a steel plate body. Steel baguette would be funny, maybe the nature runes, but ultimately I'm not going to be upset. Let's see, 500 coins. It's not bad. Could be worse. Could have been 1,000 coins, but either way, it's still fun to do the randoms whenever we get them. Alright. I'm finally done with work. I'm finally done woodcutting for now. We can go ahead and do some other content. I realized while editing my videos that it's definitely seeming like I'm sticking to one place for way too long and just talking too much, so let's go ahead and explore a little bit. I've done most exploring already, so I kind of know what to expect, but I wanted to go ahead and check out over here by these rocks again. There's like gold, mithril, and adamant, I think. Let's see. It just says 5 adamant, or 5 mithril and 4 adamant. But it looks like there's gold. I could be wrong. So let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, let's go ahead and prospect these. Oh, it's clay. I don't think that'll actually be useful. There's a pickaxe here? I didn't know that. That's cool. But, okay, so yeah, I know all that. There's also these planks. That's for like getting ahead. And yeah, I wanted to see if I could enter this cave. Nope. Okay, so this is the cave that you enter for getting ahead, but it looks like you cannot access it. over here there's an NPC. I don't think you can even talk to it, but I want to go ahead and see if he's available. Yep, Quetzal Cook. Seems to be occupied in prayer. I'm just all up in his business and he doesn't seem to mind too much. So what I want to actually do next is I want to go back down to Mount Quidamortem, so we can go to Chambers of Zarek and see if we can test out some training methods. Again, I was watching Wizard RS's video, and it's good that he's figured out a lot of this stuff, because there's a lot of things I missed out on, and Raids is going to be pretty great from what I can tell. So I think I'm going to try to get my 43 fishing there, as well as get my thieving up, which is something I didn't think was really possible. So that's going to be exciting. That's why I'm getting some food, because I gotta go through all this this bullshit with all the lizardmen. But it's not too bad now that I have 50 base combat stats. It's just I don't have armor, so they hit pretty accurately regardless. But a little bit of chicken, that should be alright. Also, I don't know if I showed the stats after I finished that woodcutting and fletching grind, but I got 46 woodcutting and 32 fletching. I would have had higher fletching, but we have 47,000 arrow shafts. I figured we'll need as many arrows as we can get, and I can work on fletching a little bit later. It's no big deal. Alright, we're set to go ahead and traverse this path here, so we'll go ahead and get going, and we'll see you on the other side. Alright, we're finally here. We can go ahead and get ready to see if we can start training within raids. In case you're unaware, you can actually use chambers as a makeshift like restore portal or whatever, what have you, or like the Clan Wars portal. If you go in and out, all your stats get restored, poison's gone, everything. It's pretty nice. Okay, so we finally got a thieving room after searching for about 20 minutes. So I'm kind of stoked. We're going to go ahead and give this a shot. I think there's going to be a scavenger here, but we can mostly ignore him for now, and we'll see. The XP rates apparently are really good. You get 40 XP per chest. I hope that's the same. And like I said, we'll see what happens. Oh, there we go. All right, yeah, 40 XP. Oh, does it just close and I do the same one, or do I go back and forth? Okay, look at that. Already level 2. We're gonna do this for a little while. I'm not gonna update every level. I'm just gonna keep going and see how far I get. So this was really quick. We got to 10 thieving. This isn't really necessarily a milestone for me personally, but what we do now have is 500 total level, which is really awesome. I plan on being here for quite a while just to take advantage of having the thieving room, but yeah, I'll check back in once I'm done here. Alright, so I ended up with 35 thieving after doing that Chambers thieving room. I decided to play a little bit of Call of Duty with my brother and a little bit on my main with him before he got off. And honestly, I don't know if you can tell by my voice, but I'm just weirdly tired for no reason. It's only 11 o'clock and man, I'm so sleepy. So I'm going to leave it off for now. We'll pick it up tomorrow, which should hopefully be in just a few seconds for you. Good morning, and we are back on the Kebos only Ironman. Today, I wanted to go ahead and just AFK a little bit of rock crabs. I want to test my luck on getting some fishing bait from them. I don't remember how many they drop at a time, but realistically, I'm here for the combat XP. We're going to need to get our combat up a lot more if we want to farm
like lizardmen. Also, Slayer is a thing that I want to get to pretty quick because a lot of resources can come from the brimstone chest, so we want to get to that as quick as we can. But for now, while I work, I'm just going to do some rock crabs, get my combats up, and go from there. I don't think I'll be able to get enough fishing bait from this, so probably here in a little bit I'll go ahead and try raids again. I just missed the level, but we did just get 51 strength on this account, so levels look like they're going to be coming in pretty quickly here. Hopefully, I'm looking, depending on how long I AFK for, I'm hoping to get up to 60 base stats, but if anything, at least 55 in attack and strength before I leave. That's kind of the mini goal here. And yet another clue scroll has been got on this account. Again, I don't think there's going to be any clue scrolls we're going to be able to do. I think there's one step in the Kebos area. If we get a clue that has that, maybe I'll ask about doing the rest of the steps, but ultimately I doubt that will be a thing. So I'm actually going to step off to the side here, so that way we can hopefully check out this clue here. That was that was not what I wanted to do. We will step behind this tree. That is what we will do. Jesus Christ, I suck at PVM. I managed to escape the elusive rock crabs. So we're going to open this clue scroll, and I think actually I'm going to go ahead and, well, I literally just started recording to end the video, and let's move over here, bud. I did this earlier. I think I can manage to escape them again. Here. Unlock. Gold ring. Now we already have one, but so like I was saying before I got rudely interrupted there, I think I'm going to go ahead and end off this video on this note. I know I didn't do too much progress, but this video is already shaping up to be another 17+ minute video, and I just wanted to try to keep it as short as I physically can, because I know some people don't like watching really long progress videos. But let me know what you think. If you want to see shorter videos, I can definitely do that. If you want to see longer videos with more content, I can also do that as well. I'm also coming up with some cool ideas for this account, since I'm feeling obviously there's limitations to this account, but there's got to be something we can do, so to spice up the grind. So I'll try to come up with that within the next few episodes, but for now, I'm just going to AFK rock crabs while I work, and we'll see you on the next episode, if I could speak. Anyways, take care.